Hello. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Al Stock Trades. How's everybody doing today? All right, ladies and gentlemen. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and continue our discussion in regarding to our analysis that we are going through and breaking for Clover Health. We just have yet to do a couple of things regarding calculating earnings per share and for the estimation. So if you haven't watched the last video, I recommend watching regarding Clover Health. All right. But we're going to go ahead and do some leading thought exercises. But more specifically, we're going to go ahead and talk about some leading indicators in where I believe the market is about to shoot up, right? And also potentially a bearish tilt that we're going to be discussing, right? So we'll go ahead and do all this. But yeah, first things first, today, by far on the year since the reversal, we're up to $1.15 million on the portfolio. We're going to go ahead and now start showing this, and more specifically and strategically, we're going to go ahead and kind of start gearing up for once the stock does hit intrinsic value. And we're going to get to a point where we're going to start activating the wheel strategy. And I strategically am picking, instead of using the larger portfolio with my partner, we're gonna put and use Robinhood due to its ease of use of utilizing the wheel strategy, where you're essentially almost like insurance, renting out your shares in a way to make to $200,000 to $700,000 a month. And I'm going to show you how people retire off of that, how people can make money off of that, right? We're going to go ahead and do it like no other raw, and it's going to be all included within our exclusive platform, the Al Stock Trades platform. For individuals that are interested, it is highly imperative that you look at the SAS Deal, the ticker symbol, coupon code SAAS for lifetime access. You get $1,200 off at the Al Stock Trades website. This is by far one of the greatest deals we have. It is lifetime access to everything we offer, the picks, the research, the community that is currently worth approximately 45% from a 30% response rate survey. And soon, I believe, going to be worth over $1 billion, right? So you have to ask yourself, do you want to ride with a loser or do you want to ride with a winner? You know who I am. You know what I stand for. You know my track record, and you know where I came from. I came from homelessness to becoming a multimillionaire. And I found a way on how to break out of the matrix, and I believe I can teach you to do the same. So with that, we're going to go ahead and do our analysis, okay? So let's go ahead and look at the comments real quick, because we are a community. We are a community. For individuals that are watching our channel, please do not super chat us. Please don't do any of such. If you have a super chat that you would like to send, please send it to your nearest charity. If you would like to choose something, preferably the homeless, if you can. But to be quite honest, also the platform in which we are selling, that money, I do not take any of it. That goes and gets reinvested back into the business, back into innovation, back into its AI infrastructure in which what we've created, right? So there it is. Let's go ahead and because I got some a really nice gentleman the other day wanting the super chat. I'm like, no, please don't, right? Please don't. This research, we're trying to, the big thing is learn financial literacy. That's what you can do for me. All right. So my short position for 516 is looking pretty good. Cash secured put, was it? Right? Covered calls, May 16. Yeah, I think we're good. How does that work? Still a lot. It's too much to explain on this platform. Do you use StockTwits? Let's go. Al's the man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, brother. Made it just in time. I thought I was late. No. You're here. AMC Video Rock. I appreciate you, Dr. Patel. It's unfortunate that a lot of these folks that are on Wall Street that tend to report earnings, if you guys haven't seen AMC Video, I recommend, because again, you learn a lot from people's mistakes, right? You can learn a lot, and you could see how companies practice shady accounting principles to retail investors, but yet they report the government document legally, but it's okay. But a document that they normally retail investors view that has Adam Aaron's comments, they don't give the full picture. So it's a bit crap. It's really disgusting. But I teach you this pattern, like pattern recognition. So you can then, if you look at another company and it's exhibiting the same behavior, now you know one red flag. Appreciate you, Dr. Patel. It's an honor. It's an honor, right? I think it is a teacher affects a lifetime. They'll never know where the ripple ends, right? Wheel strategy, engage, absolutely. And once we do that, I'm telling you, then we take that, we buy properties, all that will be dialed down within our platform, right? Appreciate you, B-Rob. Al, no, I'm not a genius, right? I'm not a genius. I'm just a hard worker. I work hard. And I'm tired of other people working hard, right? I want you to work smart. It took me 14 years to learn this. I want to be able to teach it to you in a couple of months. We have people that come on our platform that are starting to make money from the get-go, that are already calculating intrinsic. It took me 14 years plus to learn this information. I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than me. Right? Appreciate you, Paulo. Appreciate you. God bless you all. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at this, Clover Health here. Year to date, we're up 19.81%, which is incredible, given that the market, the S&P 500 is down 3.49%. But we're getting to a point where we may be approaching soon all new time highs. The VIX is down 4.54% year to date. It's still elevated, but if you look at the past month, it is down by half. It is down by 57%. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a key strategy component that you must learn. When the VIX is above 50, you must buy on average, right? You want to buy into people's fear. When people are fearful, you become greedy, right? That's how I became a multimillionaire. When others were fearful, I was greedy. I was eating the damn meat. I was buying their shares, right? I was playing Wall Street's dirty games, right? When they continue to drop the stock price, when they spread all of that fear, uncertainty on CNBC, which they did a couple weeks ago, we were buying. We were doubling down. We are positioning ourselves to greatness so we can retire early, so we can enjoy the American dream. To my colleagues in UK and Canada and all of the lifetime members, so you can have the opportunity to retire in your country or be able to come to the United States. So the VIX is falling. Now, if you go ahead and look at Alignment Healthcare, it has right now fallen approximately 22%. Year to date, it is up 33.39%. Before, it was actually up in the 70s, 60s, 70%. Right now, Clover is tracking back online. On the year, Clover's up 331%, ladies and gentlemen. On the year for Alignment, it is up 127%. Even though Alignment's market cap is higher, Clover's outperformance is better. And the question you have to ask yourself is why? A lot of people, ladies and gentlemen, didn't believe in this company. They thought this company was a scam. In fact, and I cannot name who because we're going to be doing an interview with them. So all my lifetime members that are in the chat, you know what I'm talking about. Out of respect, I'm not going to name who, but there's a lot of people that still believe this company is a scam. When in reality, we are going to become profitable next year. We're going to be profitable we're going to be in net income positive on a GAAP basis through corrected accounting systems, right? It's GAAP. It's not non-GAAP. So essentially, we got into a position now where people, even still with these numbers and these fundamentals, they still think that this is a scam. Ladies and gentlemen, we are early in this play. We are early. And soon, once they become profitable, we are going to go to the moon-top. And if you think that you saw gains, you have not seen anything. You have not seen anything. All good things come to those who wait. Money and wealth in Wall Street is transferred from the inpatient to the patient. Imagine all the people that sold at 60 cents, at 70 cents, at $1. I bought your shares. I took that, right? And all my other lifetime members did too, right? Because we become greedy when others are fearful. That's how we win. That is how, when people are scared, that's when we eat. That is our motto. That is our culture. That is who we are. We cannot beat the system. We cannot outsmart the system, but we can sure damn well join the system. And that's what we're doing. All these politicians that try to give us hope, to say, oh, we're going to go ahead and give you this and that. Screw all of that. You make your own wealth. You generate your own success. And now I will teach you the language of Wall Street. So with that, we're starting to slowly start creeping back up in terms of price targets on May 7th, which was yesterday. Craig Holm, is his last name have 6 numbers? 1, 2, 6 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh man, he's magic 6. He's magic 6, right? He gave the price target of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, right? He loves his 6s, right? So anywho, we have a 60% upside from that. Rich close reiterated is $4.50. Whip Mayo, this is not updated yet. He went ahead and put in, I think he dropped his price target, and he wasn't even at the earnings call, which is quite weird. But regardless, you cannot stop this train from moving. Eat that raw pink meat, Al. Hot damn, man. I just screamed out, eat it, Al. And my wife looked at me like I need a doctor. Oh, man, it's hilarious. If this company is a scam, then call me right? That's what I'm saying. That is when we eat meat. That is our culture. Rides that crazy out. That is our culture. That is what we are building. That is what we are building here, right? So with that, Humana right now is down. As you can see, if you've invested in Humana 5 years ago and you put in $1 million, you would have lost $320,000. You would be down 32%. And if you would have invested in Humana on October 28, 2022, you would be down 54%. So if you invested $1 million in Humana during 2022, you would be down $500,000. Ladies and gentlemen, our system in the software that I created, that I coded within my hands, we saw institutions sell Humana in 2022. It gave us a signal. And now what are we seeing? What are we seeing now? United Healthcare dropping 37% in the past 6 months. Why? Why are they dropping this much? Why? What is happening to them? Right? There's a lot. There's a lot. Now they're a $350 billion market cap. Ladies and gentlemen, they used to be, oh my God, they used to be $550 billion market cap, which means they dropped $200 billion in market cap. To give you an example, if Clover was a $200 billion market cap company, it would be a $400 stock price, right? No. Yeah, if that, I'm saying $200 billion, it will be a $400 stock price, right? Let's see here. 160 million. My net worth will skyrocket to over $160 million, almost $250 million. And we have other members that will be over $250 million, a billion with a B. That is the culture we're creating. I am teaching you the language of Wall Street. Robinhood democratized the ability to buy stocks. I democratize the data, and I'm able to tell you what stocks, right? Actually, you're able to tell yourself. We're an educational platform. All right. So now if you look at United Healthcare, what's going on with them, right? You see all these lawsuits, like what's going on? And it shows you how nasty the world is. Well, United Healthcare today at May 8th, they can't get a break. They just got this news article that just got pumped out. United Healthcare investor claimed company hid profit impact of CEO's murder, right? So let's go ahead and look at the zinger points, right? The lawsuit alleges United Healthcare withheld information regarding the backlash and regulatory scrutiny that arose after the CEO's death. Rest in peace. The shareholders claim that the public outcry and scrutiny forced strategic, more patient-friendly changes that would reduce profits. How disgusting is that? Patient-friendly changes. Are you kidding me? Patient-friendly changes? Shouldn't insurance companies be patient-friendly? I mean, doesn't the needs of the patient come first? Whatever happened to that, right? Whatever happened to that, Michelle, huh? The patient need come, whatever happened to that, right? Profits come first, I guess, right? Any case, that's what's happening right now with United Healthcare. They're just getting hit one after another. Remember, there's a psychological short Bill Ackman put, and he said that once you see one cockroach, there will be more cockroaches, and soon we will find all of the cockroaches here. Oh yeah, well, she just left to walk the dogs. I'm like, Michelle, turn the AC down. I mean, you guys can see we're like it's like a small business, right? Right? It's like all this money. Like, Michelle, turn the AC down. All right. But there's a lot of cockroaches here, right? A lot of cockroaches. And we're going to see these cockroaches, okay? And we're going to kill these cockroaches. That's what we're going to do, okay? So now that we kind of have this geared together, let's go ahead and give you some market intelligence, okay? So this is pretty interesting. So, ladies and gentlemen, I normally don't talk about Bitcoin, right? But well, actually, let me bring it back. Okay, so Bitcoin, right? Cryptocurrency is real. It's a real thing. Okay, Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, RIP. Cryptocurrency is a real entity. As someone who evaluates companies and evaluates future free cash flow, tries to figure out how many birds are in a bush. It's difficult to do this with cryptocurrency. But to be quite frankly honest, if you look at gold, I'm sure, I mean, I love gold, right? You know that song, I love gold, right? It's worth a lot. I mean, people buy these and they store them and they store value. I think that's what cryptocurrency is. And what it's become a prognostic indicator, like a blood test. It tells you, it's like 10 weeks in advance. It tells you that the market, it explodes, and after 10 weeks or within 10 weeks, the market explodes. Like, it tells you where the market's going to go. Like here, the stocks were dropping. Let me try to read this. Here, this is the S&P 500, right? This green and red is the S&P 500. This purple or pink or whatever the hell you want to call that, maroon, pink, I don't know. I'm a guy, right? This little linear color here, this here, right here is Bitcoin. Okay, this is Bitcoin. You could see that as the technical analysis of the S&P 500 dropped, Bitcoin went up. So that basically tells you it's a prognostic indicator. Ladies and gentlemen, April 1st, April Fools, I went ahead and submitted this to the Research Edge platform that lifetime access members have access to. And I said that based on M2 money supply and Bitcoin, it looks like we may be bottoming out soon in the next 10 weeks. Here is the black is the M2 money supply. And you could see that the M2 money supply is 10 weeks ahead of Bitcoin. And the M2 money supply started to go higher before Bitcoin did. And obviously now you know where Bitcoin is. So let's look at April 1st. Let's look at Bitcoin on April 1st, ladies and gentlemen. April 1st was right here. And I said that Bitcoin will bottom in the next 10 weeks. And it did. It bottomed right here. And then it rose. And now at April 1st, it was 82,000. Now it's 102,000. Okay. So what about the S&P? Since we are relating the price movements of the M2 money supply to the S&P as well, because this M2 money supply connects Bitcoin and Bitcoin connects the S&P 500. You see the connections that we're building here, right? So now we go to the S&P and let's look. April 1st, which is right here, I said that we're in a downtrend. We will be bottoming out in the next 10 weeks. Okay. We sure bottomed heavily here. And then now we're back. We're back now. We're slowly getting up to meeting higher highs. And I believe the momentum is going to take us further to newer highs, not all-time highs for the S&P 500, but newer highs in the next week, right? Okay. What else? Let's take a quick break and let's look at the comment section. We got a CLOV Marathon going. Al or AI bleeds green. They both bleed green. I tell you that. That's why a vast majority of first submissions of claims are denied. Exactly. There's a lot of cockroaches here. And the government's getting, there's a DOJ investigation now, all of it. Price got stalled today on CLOV. Hope Friday is better. I personally, I don't know. I don't think, I think maybe, who knows? I would say we're going to stall out too, maybe tomorrow. Max Payne is, low too. So we'll see that, there's a couple draggers there, but I think, why hold into the weekend? I think next week will be our week. We'll see. Again, tough to speculate in the interim. I'm holding one Bitcoin and shit ton of gold, waiting to sell both end of year. Excellent. Okay. Bitcoin, I think was going to go higher. This is, you never know. In the next 10 years, Bitcoin could go to $1 to $14 million, $1 million to $14 million, right? So it's tough. It's tough. Anyone know why Oscar Health moves so much? Heard they got AI to help cost. We'll look into it, right? We got a lot of people saying to make videos on Oscar. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Profitable, beat expectations and EPS. Absolutely. I mean, again, it all goes back to fundamental analysis, guys, right? It all goes back to the data. Problem is, I give you the data. The problem is other people, even if you were given the data, you don't know how to use the data. I teach you how to use the data. But okay, you get taught how to use the data. You're given the data. But the problem is, who do you have to speak to? That's why you have people on the platform that are other lifetime members that you can speak to, and that they're not just any lifetime members. They're wealthy lifetime members. They're lifetime members that are already multimillionaires. You understand what I'm saying? And they're humbling. They're humbled. They disclose their mistakes. They disclose. It's honesty here. It's all about honesty. No one is above one another. We say it how it is. And we are all lifelong learners. Okay? I'm trying to build a mecca for retail investors. I'm trying to create a group that I can trust, that I can look at their due diligence and say, man, thank you for showing me this. This might be a good investment. Okay? IWM new all-time high when? Good question. Let's go ahead and take a look. Look at IWM. You can see it's a little breakout here. So we'll see. It may stall out at 210, 208. I said it in a couple videos ago. So we'll see. First, it needs to get there. But I would say when? Probably nearing the Federal Reserve rate cuts. Rate cuts need to happen for that, right? They're rate cut sensitive, ladies and gentlemen. Now, one thing I want to look at is look at all this, green movement. Like, look at all this. So here's the bar, right? Look at all this green. This gives you, it's like this little AI. Again, I don't listen to it, but it's kind of funny. I've never seen so many green circles on top of one another. It's kind of hilarious. Here, let me give you a screenshot. Shat told me this, and I just started laughing. I mean, this is just hilarious. I mean, look at how many greens are on here, guys. Look at this. Have you ever seen anything like this? It says, and every green has a reason why it's green. I mean, it looks like it's like going to the moon. I mean, holy moly. Momentum, price, all these weird little things that it has. So there's that. Reach Al. Okay. Excellent. I agree. I agree.
Oscar is down 10% for the year either way. That was a big move up. Rumsey 7:56 p.m.
Yeah, because the whole market also is down as well in terms of the S&P, right?
I'll let you create a live day where we look into multiple stocks from chat and find next time.
No, but that's the thing, though. That's why you know, the more members we have, the more we can divvy up the work. And there's people that have been here for 4 years, and then now we got new people. A lot of people are signing up. A lot of smart people. We're getting professors, scientists. We got construction workers. We got taxi drivers. We got people all over the world going in. We got janitors. We got every person is coming in, and they're all getting educated. We got nurses. We got doctors. We got everybody, right? We got pilots. Right? We got accountants. We got accounting professors. We got finance professors. We got physics professors. We got surgeons, right? We got them all. Right? So it's going to get to a point where, because again, we're going to have all these people come in, and it's going to be great. Because as the new people come in, they learn, they look at the course material, they exchange, they learn, they use the data, they interact with the data. Their brain starts to change, right? How many people have told me, and I love it, keep telling me this because it pushes me. They're like, Al, I never knew how to look at stocks like this. You've given me a new language. You've opened my eyes. You've given me a new path on how to make money. This information has changed my life. I'm making so much money now. My portfolio is up 200K since I've joined. All of these things. You know how amazing that is? Right, absolutely.
I always remove those green dots. I don't follow that. It's too much low.
I know. How do you remove them? I mean, it's kind of a little too much. I agree.
Next day, they said, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Actually making this pretty far.
Absolutely. If you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. That what I'm trying to do. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I don't like to be. Again, this is information that's not mine to share. But I'm surrounded by a lot of billionaires. Okay. I have a lot of, 200 to 500 millionaire folks, and also some people that, are in the $1 billion range. Right. And I've been blessed from starting from the dirtest poor, where I used to live in an alleyway when I was homeless as a teen in America. And I went from all the way that, because unfortunately my father, was abusive household. That's what happened. Right. I went from all the way down there, right, to basically seeing how these wealthy people think. And as you know, my significant other's my father-in-law, he owns a golf course, and he owns actually multiple golf courses now. And you know what I found? The wealthy, you know what I saw? They exchange information. They work together. They have groups, they have data, they have these people work for them, and they have all this connections. They go to the Gulf and they talk about the future. They talk about business. People like us that grew up with nothing, we don't have that. We talk about sports, right? We go Sunday night, football. That's what we talk about, right? It's like distractions, right? That's all we got. These wealthy, these people, they got systems in place. They got generational wealth that they preserve. The way they talk is different. The way they think is different. I learned from them, and I'm trying to infuse it within the group. You are who you hang out with. That is what I'm building. Not only Do we have a system on how the rich get richer? We can track institutional buys and sells through our software, and it's a one-time payment, lifetime access. But most importantly, it's not just data where you just go in, log in all by yourself in the dark. You have access to people you can ask questions with, people you can get on Zoom calls with, right? Screw the Discord video. Screw that. You know what I'm talking about, right? Right? We have all of that come at, you know, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get it to where, I'm trying to show you how these billionaires think. It's so, but you know what's crazy? And this is where we will become stronger. Are you ready? We're retail. We are retail investors. Okay. Peter Lynch says that we know more than institutions based off of the businesses we work for, right? Because you, let's say, work in pharmacy or work in construction, look at your construction company. See what products they use. Just like what Drew was saying on shoes. Oh, wow, everyone's buying them here. Let me look at the financials. Oh, let's look at Al's Terminal. It's a triple dragon. Free cash flow positive, operational cash flow positive, net income. Stock doubled. Imagine all of you guys bring your experience together. Pilots sharing their information, professors of accounting and finance and physics and science and medicine sharing their information, construction workers sharing their information, janitors sharing oh man, there's a cleaning supply that they have from this company. We're starting to move to it. We are empowering. I'm trying to open your mind. I'm trying to break you out of the matrix. I broke out. I'm tired. I'm tired of going into a system that does not respect me. A system where if I was to die right now, I would be replaced by the system. I'm tired of that. I want you to be like me. I want you to be not just like me. I want you to be like these people. I want you to go to these golf courses, go enjoy your life. I want you to go to the ocean and have that presidential suite smack dab right in the center of the ocean, looking at that goddamn view, enjoying the sunset with your wife, drinking champagne, eating your caviar. I want you to experience that. Life is short. I want that for all of us. And I'm building that. I am damn building that. Right? Because I don't see it anywhere. That's what I'm building. Right? Root, there he goes.
Root had earnings went up to $156. Then had a massive down in intraday to $125 and recovered in the $1.40s.
There it is. Right? And then we made a video about Root, right? Because again, free cash flow positive, right? It had a double again. And also, our wonderful CPA called that stock out as well. We have so many smart people here that are coming to work together. We are all together. We all work together. We are all family. Families fight. It's okay. I fight with lifetime access members, but we come together at the end because we're family. We're family. That is the culture we bring together. We are family. And if you're a person who wants to be by themselves, that's okay, fine. You can do that, right? But again, you won't go far. You'll go fast, but you won't go far. So very quickly, actually, since you brought it up, let's go ahead and take a look at Root real quick, right? So here's Root, and you can look at the AI summary right here. Again, this is Root. You can see right here, Root, and you could just, look at just this little screenshot here. You could take this here, and you could look at the quarterly as well, and it gives you signals as well. One's the quarterly, and one's the annually here. And you see how the AI summary gives it to you? And there's this thing called enhanced AI summary, which is even better. And then there's just generate insights where it's almost like you have your own financial advisor. I mean, I built this all on my own, guys. I built this all on my own. And then obviously with the support and feedback of our lifetime members, you guys have spoken. You told me, hey, Al, is there a way that can automatically do this? Hey, Al, and I think to myself in the sauna and steam room, how can I build this? How can I code this? What do I do? Right? I listen to the feedback, right? That's why I become successful. I listen. I'm a lifelong learner. I'm not a genius. I'm a hard worker. I listen. I know nothing. I know my information is small, and that helps me learn more, right? It's a growth mindset, not a fixed mindset. So here's root, and you can see operating cash flow 2023 Q3 turned positive, free cash flow 2023 turned positive, 2022 turned positive, then 2023 turned negative. So you can see it's signaling that it wants to go. And then you go in now and look at it, and obviously here it became full fiscal year positive, right? So it looks like 2022 and 2023 were the years. So then you go to root and you go to root stock, and you go in and you go to, let's say, 5 years and look at 2023. The 2022 and 2023, the stock was $5, and you go do an intrinsic value, you'll ultimately see that it's worth over $100. And then now you look at that, you have a 26 bagger, 2,600%. You see what I'm trying to say? Right? It went from $5 to $141, and the high actually before was $181. You see, that is the power of our platform. I just showed you one instance in one stock. There's so many others. That is the power of the platform, right? And the proof is in the pudding. Look at me. Here, watch. Look. Here, look. Albert Allen, homeless. Look at this. This was me. Right now, get out of here. Public figure my ass. Get out of here. Okay, but look at me. You got ad block. It's okay. Look at me. Former homeless UA grad, and now one step closer to his dream. I was homeless. Look at me now. Look at that. $1 million. Look at that. Just a couple weeks ago, 1.4, and we got another 15 million in the other account. You see, this shit works. What I created works. I'm teaching you how Warren Buffett and Bill Ackman and all these billionaires invest. It's all about intrinsic value. Okay. So now that let's do that. Let's go ahead and look at other questions. There it is. There it is. Each one teach one, each one reach one. That is the motto, right? They wrote about that actually when I received 40 under 40 most influential in the state of Arizona, when I got the congressional award for helping out and feeding all of the homeless young women and children in Arizona, because I didn't want them to sleep hungry like how I slept hungry. I don't want people to feel like that. Just like how I felt poor, I don't want you to feel poor, right? That's what I'm doing. I got access to all this food in Mexico, so I dispersed it to everybody. Now I have access to all this information, the data. I'm doing this. It's just a copy and paste. I'm just democratizing. That's all I'm doing, right? Each one teach one, each one reach one. Back in the day in America's dark history, when they had slaves, that's what I don't want to say African Americans. I want to, in sociology, we say blacks, right? That's what the blacks used to talk to the other blacks. They used to say, listen, I'm about to teach you how to read and write and how to read the Bible. But when I teach you this, you got to teach the other person. You got to teach your children. That's what I'm doing. That's why people that get lifetime access, they can give it to their children. That's what I'm trying to create, generational wealth. That's what I'm trying to create here, right? I will sign up as soon as I can afford money. We'll be here. We're not going anywhere. Take your time. Okay, we're going to be here. All right? Just use the videos here and learn. Okay? Learn that there's another way out. There's a way out of poverty. There's a way out of hell. There's a way out of this bullshit matrix. Okay? So here it is, Mara. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that works. I'm seeing a lot of them just straight up buy Bitcoin and use the assets to leverage and be buying. Michael Saylor did that one. Who knows? We'll see. I mean, they do need to fix something. Federal Chairman Jerome Powell said that the biggest thing that'll bankrupt the United States is Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. So we got to do something. And who's doing something? Andrew Toy, right? Just look at Google. Look at Google. Google's search business is being disrupted right now. For the first time ever, people are actually going to ChatGPT before Google. I mean, you already see it on our lives. You already see it now here. We're using AI to help answer questions. In fact, our platform also incorporates and takes in the data that is usually historically preserved to the elite and infuses it with artificial intelligence to basically give it to you straight, right? It's incredible, right? It's incredible. So Google's ad business and its search business, it's its money making machine. It's its cash generating machine. And now Apple's wanting to potentially sign a deal with Microsoft's Bing and replace Kickoff. Because if you go to your phone and search something on Safari, it automatically goes to Google. And that's because Google gives Apple like $1 billion a year. You see? And you see how now that's being disrupted? Everything's being disrupted. AI is disrupting everything. And guess what? We are an AI play. Clover Health is an AI play. And if this thing does turn into the mega winner that it is, and if it does, out of respects to what Vivek was saying, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to my friend Market Cap. God bless you. I appreciate your Twitter. You are amazing. Thank you for all that you do. And we have a beautiful community. Thank you to everybody, Gun Show Trader, all you guys, beautiful community that we have. We also have a baddie joining us. A baddie, shout out to you too. This is the quote I wanted to show you. In 10 years, I strongly believe that it is possible for Clover to have made the biggest positive impact in healthcare while simultaneously accruing the largest market value in healthcare in excess of any healthcare company that exists today. It was one of his Medium posts, right? Back in 2022, I believe, or 2023. That is huge, guys. That is huge. If it does accrue up to $400 to $500 billion market cap like United Healthcare, holy crap, that would make Clover $1,000 stock price, which is insane. That is insane. But have we seen insane before? We have. I've seen stock prices go from 70 cents to $400. I've seen stock prices go from 14 cents up to all the way to $600. It happens. It happens. We just have to follow the data, follow the path, and see it and test them every 3 months. Stress test it. Look at the financials. Read. Consolidate. Listen, guys, when I first went to medical school, they came to us with a bunch of therapists and psychiatrists and psychologists. They said, medical school is hard. You're going to deal with a lot. And he said something that I was like, wow, that is very smart. He said that each and every one of us has about 30 to 40 years of experience. You have 5 of us here. If you take all the experiences together, you have on average 200 years of experience here. Now imagine the lifetime access members. How many do we have? Right? And soon, in the next 5-10 years, all of you guys will have your experience. And let's say we have, imagine we have, let's say that's about 7,000. That's about 7,500 years of experience, all in one area. That's why the rich are rich, because they have this, they have a group, they have a community. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm building. I'm so excited. Okay. All right. Damn, for shake my head. The poor talk about, damn for sure. The poor talk about sports. Absolutely. Just go, yeah. That's how Peter Lynch learned his wealth. Working on the golf course, right? Free master class by watching out. No, and that's the point. I'm an academic. I love to teach, right? Each one teach one, each one reach one. That's the whole motto. That's my mission. If someone wants to think of me in the next 50 years, that's the ideology I want to represent, right? Is here, work your ass off. Work your ass off for $800 and you need $950 to pay the, yeah, exactly. We're tired of this. We're tired of this. I've received food stamps in the past. I was part of that. I didn't have money. At one point, how much money did I have in my bank account a long time ago? How much? I had $50 in my bank account a long time ago. And I was ashamed to tell her that. She paid for my gas and I freaked out. I was like, are you sure? I came from nothing, guys. I came from nothing. I'm too tired to. I'm tired. I thought you were doing a joke. I'm too tired to break out of the matrix. Let me just sleep. No. You are tired and you want to break out. It's a lot of work, trust me. But that's the thing. That's why I broke down the walls. I had a community, and it's like going to the gym with someone else. You need community. It's hard to go to the gym on your own. It's hard. It's damn. Trust me, I'm having a hard time. If you want a personal trainer, it costs like $500 to $1,000 a month. Guys, lifetime access for less than $3,000, so it's $2,800, and you can use a firm. And come on, right? You got a $1,200 off coupon off of the $4,000. That's it, like less than $3,000, right? That's, you see what I'm saying? I wake up listening to Jim Rowe every morning to give me the reminder that I need to break out of the system. I want to be a player, not the NPC. Exactly. I used to be an NPC. I used to do things every single day the way that they told me to do it. The institutions, the universities, they institutionalized me. They gave me a woke bullshit culture, right? They gave me this leftist wokest bullshit agenda, and they internalized that in me. And I finally was able to break out of it. I'm my own person now, right? I actually woke up from the wokeness, and I'm trying to basically be able to help you break out of it too. La Familia. Absolutely. We're all family, right? Good work, brother. Yes, sir. Pass it on. Absolutely. And you have to be resilient. Appreciate you, Jennifer. Rafiki, we go into the moon. Absolutely. What are your thoughts? We gotta look at that. So in the Triple Dragon channel, incorporate that in there, and then let's talk about it. And we're going to be making an internal Zoom video. We're going to be discussing those stocks, and we're just going to go back and forth and having a good discussion. Okay. And I need you guys to trust, like, let's like engage. Okay. So let's do that. Okay. Good. I like Toya, right? You be hawking on that. Jesus Christ. I bought 20,000 shares of Toya earlier week. Beautiful. I'm too tired of worrying about money and not having enough to enjoy. Exactly. Trust me, brother. The feeling is mutual, right? And once Clover gets to its intrinsic value, we're going to get to a point where we're going to be able to do covered calls and cash secure puts. And we're going to use our softwares and analysis. We're going to know exactly when to do it. And we're going to know exactly the probabilities of how to essentially squeeze. What is a triple dragon? So in our platform, a lot of our lifetime members have found stocks using the software that are both operational cash flow positive, free cash flow positive, and net income positive. And what they do is they search a whole bunch of stocks, and soon we'll have our own scanner. In the future, I'm building it. It's taken some time, a lot of coding, right? And essentially, they go in there and our AI summary, which you basically can see here, our AI summary tells you that it is a triple dragon here. This is what a triple dragon means, right? Right here, brother. Right here. It's when all three turn positive. They go from negative to positive, right? Just like Tesla. Look at Tesla. Tesla was a triple dragon here as well in 2018. See that? So that's how it works, okay? That's how winning is done, right? Going to the gym.
Hey, going to the gym talk making me think of this. Growth demands, paying demands, release. I know what pain feel like after 4 years. I've lowered from $10 to 0.60 cent now in time.
Exactly, making me think of yes, absolutely, Ken, absolutely, and we did it. It was really undervalued. It still is. I mean, I don't have to tell you how undervalued Clover is. Frickin' Andrew Toy, the CEO of Clover, just dropped $18.2 million in share repurchase buybacks in the Q1 in 2025. Right? I don't have to tell you this is undervalued, right? Oh yeah, Michelle, do you hear me? One of the comments was like making fun of me. They're like, Michelle, turn down the AC. I love them, man. I love them. I love these people, man. Like, Michelle, turn down the AC. It's too goddamn hot.
It's not too personal. What about you? Attracted Michelle. That's rare females. Attracted to a man without money these days.
Yeah, no. Yeah, actually, that's a good one. Hey, Michelle, this question's for you. If it's not too personal, what about you attracted Michelle? That's rare. A female is attracted to a man without money these days. Because I didn't have money. What attracted you? Huh? She said I'm real. She said I'm real and I'm funny and I'm a goofball, but I'm real. Yeah, she said that everyone wants to tell you what you want to hear to be your friend and be in your circle. And I always say it how it is. I don't bullshit. A lot of people I don't bullshit, right? And I think that's what attracted her, right? It's all about honesty and communication, right? It's all about honesty and communication, right? That's all it's about, right? Hey Michelle, you mind if you actually? It's getting kind of hot. Actually, can you turn down the AC, please? It is getting kind of hot now. Actually, please turn down the AC. God damn. Oh my fucking! It is kind of hot though. I'm gonna tell you, you gotta turn down the AC a little bit. Mm-hmm. But this is what it is, man. We're family, That's how it works.
Can vote LLRN at block cost, female men, purpose, and AL have purpose.
Because female love a man with a purpose, and Al got a and my purpose is to be able to break you all out of the matrix, and be able to break, just. I would say I'm successful if I can help. Not just when I say I help one person, I'm talking about that person who ends up teaching their kids, that bring their kids to the lifetime access platform, and they teach their kids how to use the data. That's when I'm like, you know what, I've made it. That's real success, right? That's my mission, right?
Make a chick laugh and you're in.
Yeah, make a chick laugh, you're in. That's so true. Yeah.
Once you have a purpose, everything else is just temporarily, regardless of circumstances.
Absolutely. Here it is. I started my
I
business.
started my first business when I had $50. My savings. The first words out here? No, or I can't. I guess you're right.
I started my first business when I had $50 in my savings. If the first words is out of your mouth as I can, yeah, absolutely. What you can conceive is what you can achieve. Confucius said, owl. No, he who believes who can, and he who believes. Okay, hold on. I'm going to screw this one. He who thinks he can versus he who thinks he can't are both usually right. He who basically thinks that he can and the other who thinks he can't are both right. It all starts here. It all starts here. That's why we have over 100 pages of psychology of markets in the lifetime access. It all starts here. It's mentality. It's who you surround yourself with. It all starts here. That's all it is. You have to believe it. You have to see it. You have to envision it. You have to grab it. How do you think I broke away from the streets in Phoenix? I saw it. I believed it. I said that if this guy can do it, I can do it. Right? And I'm telling you, you can do it. And we have a community to support you. We have data that is damn expensive, but it's backed by the lifetime access platform. So there it is. All right. So the big thing here is I believe the markets are going to end up recovering next week. And, pretty much we got that one. And then what else we need to do? Yeah. Let's go ahead and do this here. Yeah, let's do this one. Yeah. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So as you can see here, this is what we did the other day. And I projected, there's two projections here. One is without the CMS 4 stars and the effective rate, which obviously is undervaluing the company. That means we're going to make around $27 million in just Q1 alone next year. That's my prediction. And if you take 27.9, and that's undervaluing it in my opinion, 27.9 times 4, that's $111 million. And then if you look at it here, if you do with the plus the effective rate, that's $191 million. I did the EPS of the larger one, and you could see that the EPS is earnings per share, and all you got to do is essentially take this divided by the outstanding shares, which is 97 or 90 whatever million, and then it'll give you the EPS. And I think next year the EPS can go I think it could go to 39 cents, and that'll be about 10 cents per quarter. Now, the reason why I think that's crazy is just look at the EPS now for look at the EPS for, let's say, Oscar. Oscar's EPS here, guys, is like 11 cents for the full year of 2024. And you're telling me that next year Clover's EPS can be 10 cents per year? Isn't that insane? Not really, though, because watch, if you go to Clove and go to quarterly here, look at the EPS here, earnings per share. It was 1 penny, and it's about to basically 10x, right? And how do we know that it's going to 10x? Well, look at the quarterly results here. Look at the earnings per share. It went up 125%. right? In fact, look at the yearly results and do the enhanced AI analysis. Look at earnings per share, 82%, earnings per share, 36%. It's going up. It's going up like crazy. We are slowly improving. We're slowly improving. And this improvement is actually pretty vast, if you ask me. Negative 45 pennies to eight pennies. That's a damn big improvement, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So there it is. Let's see. Let's look at the comments here. Oh, sorry.
We have many in a circle, like who's really in the corner. Hello to your queen. She's a good woman.
I agree. Yeah, and it's very hard to figure out who is in your corner. It's hard. It's a tough world. It's a tough world. When I was in high school, one of the teachers said, "You're lucky if you have one friend." And I looked around. I'm like, "Man, we have a lot of friends here." I didn't get what he was saying. I was a kid. I didn't know. I didn't know. Right?
81 and only 19 likes. Smash that button.
Yeah. Smash that like button. Helps with the YouTube algorithm. Appreciate you guys. Is he here?
Michelle is one lucky woman, and I'm sure she's a dog. Hopefully we get to meet her. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll be live when we have our lifetime access events. And this is the beautiful part. A lot of people are going to have all these millions of dollars. One person's going to get a yacht. We're going to they're going to invite us to their yacht. I'm going to go ahead and invite to the golf course. You're going to be in a community, and it's think of it like a membership, but it's only just pay one time. That's it. It's crazy, isn't it? Right? And it gets access to all the day. I mean, it's unbelievable, right? There's a lot of value here. There's a lot of value here. A lot of value. Okay. So what we're gonna do in tomorrow's video is we're gonna go ahead and dissect the earnings call for Clover. Here's the Clover Health earnings call. It ended up loading up. We'll go ahead dissect it using the Generate Insights button, our AI feature that I created, and we'll go from there, right? And then we'll look into it, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's that. Let me go ahead and look at the comment here.
The news on my favorite platform about CLOV article with free show. How stocks I can rank your portfolio, and it's talking about CLOV being overbought.
Oh yeah. Look at this. This is you're talking about this one, right? 3 healthcare stocks that could sink your portfolio in Q2. Right. Grape, right? I mean, it's I don't understand. They don't even give you why. Do they tell you why? They don't even tell you. You know what's funny? I don't know about. I'm sure this is a crap stock. What they do is they put 1 to 2 good ones and they give you a crap one. So let's just we have access to the data. Let's see this one. Uh-oh. Whoa. Hello. Operating cash flow 2023 is positive. Free cash flow 2023 bum. Ladies and gentlemen, this is this is a triple dragon. This is a triple dragon. Oh man. Holy shit. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? I look at it. Oh man. So this will be tomorrow's video, guys. Let's look at these companies. So we already know HIMS. I called out HIMS in 2024. And if you know HIMS, look at HIMS. HIMS is also a triple dragon. Look, HIMS is also a triple dragon. 2023, right? That's HIMS, right? That's HIMS. But Clover is going to be a triple dragon soon. And then this thing is a triple dragon. I didn't know this. That's why they have it on here. You know what this tells me, ladies and gentlemen? You know what this tells me? This article was probably paid by hedge funds to. Dude, you found a triple dragon on the live. No, I know, but listen. I found it because it says top 3 healthcare stocks that could sink. And they mention all 3. And all 3 that have in common are all triple dragons because most likely, probably they are about to explode. So maybe this is their one last chance to screw the retail investor. You see how powerful having access to this data? They don't give you anything. They just give you this little splurge. So let me see. Let me analyze this middle stock because I don't know about this stock. Okay, revenues are up. Holy crap. Look at that net income. It's growing. Shares, minimal dilution. CapEx. Let's look at the tri-financial statements. Let's look at the assets and liabilities. Yeah, look at that. Let's look at the cash in, cash out. See how powerful with this data? It's looking pretty sexy, guys. So what is this stock? Let's look at its performance. We can calculate its value later. Look at that. I guess we found another triple dragon. So guys, for our lifetime access members, please add that in. Add it to the triple dragon. We got to look at it. I don't know nothing about this stock. Look at that. That's why, let's see. It's up. Am I no, that's not the right stock. Oh yeah, I spelt it wrong, guys. Look at that. Because it's about to reverse. That's what they did that. Look, it went from it's reversing, I think. Interesting. Wow. Wow. You see that? Now all you guys saw it on live. You saw. This is what we do. We find triple dragons. Not a lot of people know about this one. It's only a $2 billion market cap. See that? So some people pay for these articles. They're hit pieces. So we'll follow it. Let's see. Has low float. That's crazy. Ever since I joined your platform, again, we still need to do due diligence on it, but it's kind of interesting. It's in there. That's crazy. So they're all triple dragons almost, right?
That's crazy. Ever since I joined your platform, community, all the liars and fake news has been exposed and unveiled.
Exactly. That's crazy. Ever since I joined your platform community, all the liars and fake news has been exposed and unveiled in my eyes. Yeah. Because when you go ahead and give the data, math doesn't lie, right? Math will never lie to you, right? That's why I loved doing it when I was homeless. It was the only thing that it honestly calmed me down. I don't know why. Right? It was always finding the truth. What is the value, right? I know it's sounded kind of sad, but made me a lot of effing money, right? So now I'm gonna help you, right? So now shitting bricks of money, right? So now you can shit bricks too, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I love you all. We're all family here. For all the individuals that are thinking about lifetime access, pull the trigger. We have a lineage of lifetime folks that are together as one, and the proof is in the pudding, right? Wall Street's corrupt, right? So now we can speak their language, right? We can speak Wall Street's language. God bless you all, and I'll go ahead and I'll see you on the next one.